Nice place.
Isn't it? Offers a lovely view of the valley. On a clear day, you can see the outlines of done time.
Shame the reason why we came here.
Yes, quite the shame.
You angry with me? For not freeing Sienna? For not trying to resolve this peacefully?
A bit. Though, perhaps I was fooling myself. Latching on to the notion because I badly wished to believe there was some way to fix everything. However, matters have simply gone too far. I must come to terms with that.
Regis, let the unseen elder know we've arrived. Have him summon Deadloff.
Hinthial Jesu Themias.
Didn't manage to find me, so you forced a meeting. Why?
You know why.
I've tired of guessing your human thoughts. So articulate them or leave me be.
I understand your anger, but you need to stop the attacks in the city immediately.
My conditions are clear. I wish to see I wish to see Sienna. Yet she is not here.
You know why. The Duchess would not release her.
So the Duchess must face the consequences.
Detlef, please. All this for one woman.
You understand nothing. Let us be done with this.
那么到这里就是血与酒的最终 BOSS 战了啊，我们对抗这个迪拉夫。不过作为最终 BOSS 的话，这个迪拉夫的难度呢和这个应该叫什么十之星的欧吉尔德啊，这个差很多。 欧吉尔德那个是应该说是算是做的太难了，因为就是属于一种算是这个数据碾压的一个情况。但是反过来我们打迪拉夫这里呢，这个 BOSS 的数据调低了，但是我们本身的数值又比较高啊，就变成了我们的这个在数据上是可以碾压他的。这个因为我们2个结局都要演示，所以我打算这样的，在第一次跟这个迪拉夫打的这一个结局的时候呢，我们就只看看数据碾压上面的这个被他经常打也好，还是怎么样，我们打他也好，这个伤害的差距，这个就用这个数据来打。之后的话，我们先等于是第一次先多观察他的动作，实际上也是有一定技巧的，不需要数据碾压的话，它也是有一定方法性的。但是我们先看这个数据的这种打法，就是你不用管什么，你就闷头砍啊，也会好打很多。啊，我们可以在下一个就是我认为算比较好的那个结局里面，好好给大家讲一讲。这次的我们就看看就好。不过要说这个 BOSS 做的话，确实虽然说是没有那个石之心的那个看门人，还有说是这个欧吉尔德难，但是呢，他确实这个 BOSS 做得非常好。场面感特别强，演出效果也特别好，就是很有冲击力。但是呢，在数据方面没有做那么强，让玩家不至于这个被碾压。而且这个血量做得够足的话，这样可以打好久啊，让你多震撼一会儿。总之，我觉得就是说，虽然说没有那么难，但是我觉得这个迪拉夫的这个 BOSS 血与酒的 BOSS 战做的要比这个石之心的要好。而且还分3个阶段，现在是这个2阶段。2阶段是讲求一个方法啊，熟悉它的节奏以后，在适当的时机用这个反应反击来打断它的这个飞行动作，还有就是说用合适的翻滚来闪避啊。像这种招式的话，掌握好节奏以后，但是也要先熟悉节奏，如果不熟悉节奏还是比较容易中的啊。然后这样慢慢来，咱们这个已经是最高难度了，但是呢，这个因为我们的装备数据方面的东西呢，打起来也不是很难。容错率本身就高，再是呢，这个我们的伤害又高啊。这样的话，即使进入3阶段，砍了翅膀。3阶段呢，算是一场这个消耗战。3阶段的话，其实这个迪拉夫的这个分身，这个血魔状态的这个迪拉夫，不算难打，但是比较烦的是这个锁定，因为我们除了这个迪拉夫的这个，我们真正要打的是周围的这3个这个肉球。啊，打这个的话是造成本体伤害的，但是呢，因为我们有3个方向的肉球，但是呢，一旦就是这个分身出来的时候呢，它会导致我们的这个目标混乱啊。不管你是用了锁定还是不用锁定，都会很蛋疼，就是这个比较麻烦。如果说是解除锁定的话，会稍微好一点，但是呢，解除锁定的话，依然还是会经常的出现这个目标混乱的这种情况。就有时候你明明瞄到这儿呢，摇杆向这个方向推呢，但是它有的时候就还是会打到另外一边去，就比较烦。但是呢，还好这个，因为我们这个装备和数据方面的话，让我们的容错率很高，所以这个怎么样也都能过去。迪拉夫的这个分身，这个血魔分身不是很难打啊，它伤害也不是很高啊，基本上就是以我们熊套扛的话，如果你要是玩其他套的话，你可能就要配合这个亚登啊，就是这个减速的那个反应会好一些。哎，我们现在这个熊套还有一个是在这个对我们这个昆恩还是有加成的。你看这个护盾被打破了以后呢，它重新又生成了一个，它又是有一定概率重新生成护盾的。这个打起来不难。我们可以选择把本体直接砍掉，也可以选择放一个亚登，或者说是这个离它远一点以后直接去砍这个肉球本体，都是可以的。要破坏的有3个，看打它才会掉血。但是在把这个血魔打掉的时候，不知道是不是心理作用， 好像对这个肉球造成的伤害会更多。我没有实际测试过，好像差不多，但是我觉得可能应该会多一些吧。对，我没有实际测试过。你看他攻击的就是很猛，他攻击的很猛，因为他是无限出的，和攻击猛一点的话，这个策略倒是对的。啊，我们这个又能回血啊，怎么这么打？劈头盖脸剑法很好用，又能回血，又能伤害，还能破防。最后一个，好，3个肉球都打掉了。这样的话，本体就出来了。迪拉夫是一个彻底虚弱的状态，我们上去只要补一刀就会触发剧情，但是我们看到就是他把这个比较虚弱的这种状态也做出来了，还是会这个非常执着的攻击我。我们还记得之前雷吉斯给我们说过，只有吸血鬼能杀死吸血鬼。
Leave him to me. Be gone.
I can't let...
I insist. My, what a smashing ensemble. You wear it well.
Shut up. I look like a twit.
The caftan is sewn of the best fabrics available, and according to the best tailoring practices. But one must have a modicum of taste to appreciate this. Even the most exquisite robes cover only deficiencies in beauty, never in refinement.
Rather not bicker about taste. Don't like to. It's neither interesting nor productive.
This particular Witcher has an inborn intolerance for formal occasions. Yet he's to attend just such an event shortly. I expect that's the source of his prickliness. So try not to take things personally, Master Taylor. Rather pity him. For in truth, stage fright overwhelms him. He trembles at the thought that he has no notion how to behave in the presence of Her Grace's Majesty.
As well he should. All that being as it may, Toussaint's highest honor, the Order of Vitis Vinifera, demands appropriate attire. The Duchess cannot be expected to drape the medal on a suit of armor caked in mud. Palace protocol places enormous emphasis on form, virtuous tradition, etiquette.
Huh. A tradition which values appearances ahead of all else. Which calls for lordly, glistening triviality and misplaced generosity.
Sound wistful. Pensive, Regis. That because they refused to buy you a new outfit?
Hardly. It's the tone I ever adopt when I find myself pondering, which, believe it or not, happens quite a lot. Besides, I've no need for a new outfit as I shall not be attending the ceremony.
Why not?
Because unlike you, I don't have to. I shall begin to pack my belongings instead. I trust you'll join me later, once you're richer by a medal and a fascinating new experience?
Count on it. Ceremonies, medals honoring virtues, just keeps coming up.
I've had no reprieve either. And I keep thinking of the last great virtue, compassion. It's the one piece of the puzzle that never seemed to fit.
Mean you suddenly believe the 5 virtues theory, after all we've revealed?
It's not a question of belief, superstition, or old wives' tales. It's a conclusion derived through exercising pure logic. Siana planned everything in advance. Had we not stopped her, surely there'd have been a 5th victim. One the gossips would have associated with a lack of compassion.
Her plans don't matter now. Can't act on them. Ask the messenger who delivered my invitation to the ceremony. Siana's in the palace. Courtiers pressured the Duchess to lock her in a tower.
Do you care not a whit who else was in her black book? We've some time before the ceremony. We could still chat with that boot-cleaning urchin. He was the one to pass the victims' names to Detlef. Perhaps we missed something.
Regis, Bootblack didn't say anything about making deliveries when we talked to him. How do you know he handled the letters?
While you basked in glory and tried on new formal wear, I conducted a little investigation of my own. You'd be very proud to see how I conducted myself. I began by concocting an ample supply of boot wash for our enterprising young friend. I'd observed that among street folk, amidst their society as a whole, reciprocity takes precedence over all other codes, and thus no good deed goes unrewarded. Of course, the same holds true for malicious or destructive deeds.
The letters. What's the connection?
When the bootblack arrived to collect his bucketful, he hinted he knew more. Simply put, we'd failed to ask the proper questions when we chatted earlier. It took a bit more tongue-loosening, but ultimately he spoke. He admitted he'd handed Detlef the letters. He knew this information was valuable to me. In providing it, he was simply repaying me.
我们这个结局就不用配合了解那么多了啊，我们下一个结局再详细了解。
Must have gone to your head, Regis. It's over. Detlef's dead. Won't be any more murders.
You're entitled to your opinion. I, however, will check this. Should you change your mind, you know where to find me.
接下来我们要去参加这个授勋仪式啊，我们完成了委托，成了这个陶森特的大功臣啊。我们穿上这种特别，杰洛特非常不适应的衣服啊。
Damien.
Geralt, it's about time. Ready for the ceremony?
Your face doesn't look good. What the hell happened?
The city was attacked. Surely you don't imagine I could stand and watch it all from some ivory tower.
All right, we can start.
Very well. But you must behave. Less like a hired thug, and more like a man deserving of the Duchy's highest honor. In fact, you'd do best to maintain a dignified silence throughout. Let's begin the ceremony. Come with me. The Duchess awaits.
接下来的这个授勋仪式，除了授勋以外，还有这个对于席安娜的这个审判。我们看看会发生什么样的事。
In the guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place went up in flames.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, Your Enlightened Highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart. For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Tucson's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, Slayer of the Beast of Beauclair, step forth.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. Such is our desire. May this symbol serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair. In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you, in addition. I give you more than a dozen barrels of Son Real, a wine normally reserved for the ducal table. The gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits. Are you content?
Yes, very. Heard a lot of good things about that appellation. Thanks again.
Cheers. In a moment I shall speak to Siana. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet you also showed me her horrendous deeds. As head of state, I must judge her fairly, but she is my sister. Thus my heart bleeds for her.
If my presence will help in any manner, of course I'll stay.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in. The Witcher will take part in our talk.
I'm not a prisoner. Free to do as I choose.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister. And my heart does not allow me to treat you as a common criminal. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me. As one impartial, I shall now hear what he has to say.
Your Grace, as head of state, you should look first and foremost after your dominion. Siana's actions, what drove them, be damned. She's a threat to your subjects.
You are correct. They are what matters. I must not forget this. Siana, you shall be tried and given a fitting punishment. Yet we shall never cease to be family. As Duchess, I shall have to judge you. But as your sister, I shall never stop loving you. Will you forgive me? I shall never forgive you.
为什么会这样呢？
Need some flowers. A wreath, or...
I've none. Sold everything. I was just on my way out. No sense hanging about with nothing to do. Should come as no shock, sir. Had the funeral, folk took it all. Men, women, children, all wished to lay a bouquet on the Duchess's grave. Windflowers, peonies, gladioli. But she liked common roses best. I know. Her ladies-in-waiting would come here at times. I'd choose the loveliest blooms for her. Fragrant, big petals, the kind that last a long time. I've still not come to terms with it. To be killed by her own sister. How could it happen?
How? Quickly. Unexpectedly. She was gone before I understood what was happening.
I know you. You're that witcher from the north. The one that saved us from the beast.
Mm-hmm. Could say that.
Wait here. Take these.
Thought you were out of flowers.
I put a bouquet aside. I was to take it to her myself. But you have it. I know you held the Duchess dear.
How much do I owe you?
Not a copper. Keep your coin and raise a toast in her memory tonight.
Do just that. Farewell.
哎，我们这个女爵居然是这样的一个结局啊！这个和另外一个结局差别很大，但是它这个游戏居然把这两种差别这么大的结局世界的动向整个全都做出来，确实很厉害。我们来到这个女爵墓地的这个沿途上，还可以看到周围的人在讨论这件事。
To bury the murderous lass in one crypt with the Duchess. It's not decent.
Matter or no, she was the Duchess.
Witcher, I was certain you'd departed.
Couldn't. Anna Henrietta was...
Wondrous. Beautiful. Good. The best ruler one could hope to have. Yet I let her down.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one expected Sienna to do that, persist to the end. And none of us did anything to stop her. 'Cause there was nothing we could do.
I suppose you are right. But when someone so beloved dies, one cannot help but search one's soul for blame. And even the hardiest knights grow faint-hearted then.
Come to pay my respects. Bid the Duchess farewell.
White roses. They were her favorite. Go inside then. She lies in the ducal crypt. In one room with her murderer. Despite my protests.
What? Who decided that?
The Regent's Council. A pack of old men who've statutes and codices for hearts. Ducal blood flowed in Sienna's veins, and she was never legally disinherited. So they ruled she should lie alongside Anarietta.
这个我们没有去深入了解事情，我们不知道这个西安娜她为什么要这样做。
I regret it ended this way, that I failed to prevent it. Hope you can forgive me. Rest in peace.
Stylish crypt, quite subdued. Yes, this is the kind of eternal resting place I dream of.
Moments like this, I never know if you're joking or serious.
Serious, Geralt, serious. It's remarkably peaceful, subtly charming to the hilt. A perfect match for the Duchess's dignity. Ah, you humans, you'll never cease to amaze me. To feel despair in the face of natural processes to which you are predestined. I've come to take you from this place, my friend. Dare say you deserve a speck of respite after the mad whirl of the last few days.
All those deaths I failed to prevent. Feel pretty awful right about now. Can't help thinking I could have done more. Now Toussaint's left without a ruler, or more accurately, chaos rules here. Hand in hand with despair. Duchess won over people's hearts. All Beauclair now weeps for her.
A mass outburst of emotion. Well, it seems her subjects have adopted some of their recent ruler's traits.
Why the sarcasm? Thought you liked Donna Henrietta.
I did. And I do truly rue her passing.
Me too.
Then let us drink.
Always seemed to me you were a very complicated creature by nature. Not one to resort to such simple methods like drinking your worries away.
There exist worries for which they're quite simply, it's no other medicine.
Whatever you say about Siona, you gotta admit, she was unbending.
That she was. I do admit it. Though, in her case, it would have been better if she had been a tad more, philosophical, pausing from time to time to reflect on the propriety of her actions.
True.
How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diavolis variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
You decide to go root picking now? It's dark out.
Geralt, even were I generously to assume it had simply slipped your mind that I am a vampire and thus need no light to see, I'd never believe you had also forgotten that you likewise have absolutely no trouble seeing in the dark. So, shall we?
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, Let's go.
This moonlight makes me oh so dreamy.
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
No, I was thinking about, how anything can look interesting when properly lit.
Even an old necrophage corpse?
You've not an ounce of refinement in you, have you?
我记得好像某人对杰洛特说过完全一样的话。这里有一个这个非必须的选项，就是说戴上那个面具和手套啊。这个我们可以下一次再戴上，但是不戴的话会什么呀？说这个毒性会这狩魔猎人也会致命。但是呢，这个他说是一个非必要的选项。如果我们不戴的话，看看会怎么样？我们戴了个手套，我们不戴面具。啊。这样一下把这个什么清空啊，我们用狩魔猎人感官在周围找一找看，应该是红色，哎，这有，那踩一下会怎么样？哎，你看一踩以后，我们这个毒性就长了一大格，然后杰洛特要中毒，就跟吃了魔药一样。但是因为我们是炼金学派，所以说这个毒性长得高的话也不会致死，而且我们可以承受非常大量的毒性。不仅如此，这个毒性高了，我们的这个法印强度和攻击力都会提升啊。我们再把这个面具戴上，但是为时已晚。我们看吧，现在再把手套和面具戴上，再去采摘的话，啊，算是个 bug 啊，一样会中毒。你看，长满了，居然会掉血，这只掉一点啊。但是这个面具和手套根本没有什么卵用，但是得要一开始就戴上才行。这个发现了一点小问题，但是这个一点微小的问题，不足挂齿。采完这个曼陀罗根以后呢，我们发现这个雷吉斯不见了。
Where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He's a vampire after all.
让我们利用狩魔猎人感官找到雷吉斯，不会就这么不辞而别了吧
？Damn it, where'd you go? Regis!
诶，那边有动静。其实我们也砍死一个，还是秒杀。
Those Bruxay, they called you a traitor.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or...
Won't let it go, will they?
They will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink.
还插入这么一段，你就可以看着雷吉斯为了帮助杰洛特，还有或者说是为了他的这个立场牺牲的，他现在在人类的这个圈子和在这个吸血鬼的圈子都没有入他的容身之地。
Firm, defined beginning, then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours. By the way, I left a gift for you in your new home, on the nightstand.
Thanks. Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
说实话
Don't really know yet. I'd find the life of a hard-working vintner too tempting one day. Or maybe I'll just stick to the path, go on roaming, staring up at the stars after laying my bedroll at the roadside.
Ah, roadsides, bedrolls, and the sky above. I sense some poetry coming on, which of course brings to mind Dandelion. I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Oh, our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair, far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy, though. What about you? Any idea where you'll go?
Distance is of the essence. I thought I might venture south.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? The Nilfgaardians are a modern society. None there believe in vampires anymore. This fact alone could be very useful to one wishing to remain incognito.
Interesting point of view. I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
That we do.
下一个。那么好的，我们的巫师3视频攻略解说，这个还不算全完，这只是其中一个结局。这个而且我们看到了，这个其实后面还有一点点东西。不过呢，这个结局呢就先到这里。我们往后另外一个结局，我们可以详细的把一些细枝末节都可以说一说啊，因为我其实更喜欢那个结局。虽然说那个结局可能其实是这样的，我原先在玩的时候，先玩的时候达成的那个结局。然后呢，这个结局我后玩的，然后我回想了一下，我觉得可能是先选这个结局，之后再去玩另外一个结局，感受会挺好。当然这个见仁见智，这个按大家自己的这个感觉来选。反正我是按自己的感觉来选的时候，是达成了另外一个结局，我觉得那个结局还不错，就是尽可能让大家都这个活下来。那么好的，我们的这个结局的故事就到这里了，谢谢大家的观看，不要忘了加黑瞳谷歌的新浪微博哦。